Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03, and welcome, finally, to another LEGO video review. Today we'll be taking a look at the LEGO Jurassic World Dilophosaurus Ambush. Bit of an odd choice, I know, but bear with me. Anyway, this set comes with 2 minifigures, 248 pieces, and it retailed for around $30 in the United States when it was available. So without further ado, let's get into the review. Starting off with the minifigures, here we have Gray. You know, one of the kids from Jurassic World. Glad we got the kids from Jurassic World in minifig form. Anyway, but yeah, this is actually a pretty nice minifigure, despite the fact that it's the nerdy dinosaur kid from a Jurassic Park movie. Anyway, but, yeah, I don't know why I'm twisting him, but yeah, he has a pretty nice design on his shirt for, like, a nice white button-up shirt with some red and blue lining detail. I don't really want to call this plaid, although I don't know what to call it. He also has a little pouch hanging on his belt. No printing on the legs for Gray. His back continues the nice detailing. He has Bilbo Baggins' hairpiece, and he does have a double-sided face. He has a pretty normal face, and he has a I'm about to get eaten by a Dinosaurus Rex face. So yeah, now let's move on to the other figure we get here. Generic ACU Trooper. So here we have Generic ACU Trooper number 2. And anyway, as you can see, if I move this up a bit, you see he has a little electricity staff. But anyway, yeah, pretty simple. Just a cone, lightsaber hilt, and a bar. Pretty simple build. But anyway, if I remove his nice dark blue ball cap, which is the newer type with a peg hole in the top, you can see that he has this single-sided face, which I like because it comes in the medium flesh color. And faces in this color aren't too common, and so this is cool to get. If I'm correct, this face is originally from a Star Wars Naboo pilot, but I might be wrong about that. Wait, no, I think it's a Naboo soldier. Or Captain Panaka. I don't know who it's from. It's from a someone. We'll go with that, but yeah. He has some pretty simple printing on the legs and some nice intricate detail on the torso with the ACU design, and I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired today, a bit under the weather, so yeah. But he has that nice design on his torso, as well as, I guess, the straps on the back. The design continues, and, this is actually the only set in the Jurassic World line where the ACU Trooper doesn't get a bulletproof vest, but that's fine. And I like the fact that on this guy you can actually see the torso, since it's a really nice print. But yeah, that's the ACU Trooper. Now to move on to the only figure you actually care about in this set. It's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. That it is. But anyway, this is the Dilophosaur included in this set, which is a pretty interesting choice, seeing as how, aside from a hologram, I mean, like, these weren't physically seen in the Jurassic World movie. And, I mean, like, the only time they were seen in all 4 movies, unless I'm wrong, I believe, was in the original movie when one of them murders Dennis Nedry and all that cool stuff. So, yeah, this Dilophosaurus is pretty cool. Of course, there's a new mold for the head to have all the fins out. I do kind of wish that there was a way to retract those, to have it in a more neutral state, but it looks fine. The mouth, you can fully close it, or you can open it really wide, although I preferred it sort of like this unofficial midpoint, which isn't like an actual place you can snap to, but you can just sort of move it to any sort of medium you want in here. But anyway, if you're curious, the head just attaches with a Technic pin. Then the tail cannot be removed, which is a bit odd, since you'd think it would be able to be removed, judging by the seam line here, and how the greens here don't match up. So that's a bit odd, but I guess that's so that the tail can be more rubbery, while the body can be more firm. Speaking of the body, you have a bunch of nice dark green printing on this lime green design. I like the tiny little hands, which do have a bar in there, which do have a clip there, so you can place any bar-shaped items. You have these legs, which are not the same molds as the Velociraptors, because these just have very small middle talons instead of the large ones of raptors. So yeah, So that's the Dilophosaur. It's a pretty awesome dinosaur figure. It's by far the best thing in this set. Yeah, now let's move on to the least good thing in this set. Okay, well, maybe I was being a little harsh. I mean, the Gyrosphere isn't that bad. I mean, it's actually a pretty cool design. I don't know, it just annoys me for some reason. Maybe it's because of how much a hassle it is to get a figure in there. Yeah, by the way, you can only fit one figure in here, which I guess makes sense, because minifigures have different proportions than real people, so it would be a lot harder to fit 2 minifigures into this thing and have it be correctly proportioned, because they would have to make it wider, which would make it taller, and overall I think this was the right choice. But in order to get a figure in, you have to, A, remove both of these really nicely printed side discs, by the way. I do love these prints, and I think it would be cool to use them for something else. So remove both of those side discs, and then pull apart these 2 pieces. Just remove whichever one comes off first. Say that's the top, and now this is your bottom. Fix whatever Technic pins popped out here. Get your figure into the rotating gyroscopic seat, which could be a bit difficult. By the way, you do get a control panel in here, so I guess that's a nice sticker, not a print. But yeah, as you can see, it's on a skew. I apologize for that. And then you replace the top of your canopy. And then you replace the side panels. If I can just get them on, that would be nice. Oh, hey, I got them on. I got one of them on, so that's nice. And yeah, after all that hassle, congrats, you have a minifigure inside of this thing. That's fun. But I mean, yeah, it can spin, and I mean, I guess the thing here is that if you roll it, the figure will stay upright. I mean, until you accidentally knock it off your review table, in which case the sides will just pop off again, so I'm just going to end this segment right here. So here we have the set's main build, which is this Jurassic Park 4x4, and yeah, I said Jurassic Park, not Jurassic World, because these vehicles, these do not exist in Jurassic World. These vehicles, well, I guess this vehicle, is a recolor of the classic 4x4s from the original Jurassic Park. And I don't know why they recolored this, because they had 2 options here. I mean, this vehicle, like a really old, broken version of it, actually appeared in Jurassic World, so they could have had that as a set. Or if you wanted something that's a bit less stupid, they could have just made this a Jurassic Park set. Like, come on, you have a Jurassic Park Jeep? Well, you have a dinosaur that only appeared in Jurassic Park. I mean, it really feels like this should have been a Jurassic Park set, like it was going to be, but then at the last second, they were forced to instead make it a Jurassic World set. So then we just toss in this stuff as extra. But anyway, getting everything out of the way. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you in the section on the Dilophosaur that this is completely out of scale with minifigs. Like, it should actually be probably a bit shorter than the height of a minifig, or minifig height at most. But as you can see here, it's a lot larger. I don't mind too much, although I do definitely wish that they might have maybe made a fully new mold for this, since literally the only thing this shares with the raptor is the arms and body. I'm pretty sure even the bottom jaw is different, but anyway, enough about the dinosaur. Let's take a look at this vehicle, which, as you can see, just starting off here, flick missiles. Yay, I love these things. I don't love these things. So yeah, you just push on those, or, well, you could flick them, I guess. I just push them. You can get them to fly out. I mean, they don't fly very far, which is a bad thing for play, but alternatively, it is a very good thing for when you don't want to have to find projectiles that are flying all over your studio. Anyway, for some of the other features, here we have this little winch on the front, which is pretty simple. You can just pull out this bar to get it to extend, and then you can just wind up the gear to get it to go back in. And I guess the idea here might be that, I don't know, I guess maybe you can just try to get this around the dinosaur's tail. I mean, there isn't much to use this for in this set, but yeah, you just do this. It doesn't work, but who cares? It's funny. Yeah, so that doesn't work very well, but I feel as though the front design here is nice. I like that Jurassic World bumper with the nice detail. Also this hood, and I do like how this vehicle is very scratched up. I don't know why, I just think that's a cool detail. On the sides, you can see here you have a logo as well as just some more scratch details. some more scratch details and another logo on this item. I like how the wheel wells were done with these large windscreen pieces in blue. That was a nice usage. Also, for the windshield, I like these two dark, normal blue, not dark blue, but these two crowbars used for the sides. I think that was a very nice part usage. And if you want to get a figure to sit inside the vehicle, despite this being an 8-wide build, there's only room for one minifig to sit in the front, which is a bit disappointing. But you can just sit him in this chair after lifting up the roll cage, which is a nice design. I mean, like, it won't really go to the sides that much, like it will a little, but overall I think it's a pretty perfect design. You see these two boxes in the back, one of which has a piece of chicken, the other has a wrench and a pair of binoculars. And the feature here is if you just turn this spare tire, and, well, I do want to point out this little license plate detail, but if you turn that, it'll just make the boxes fall out. I mean, if you turned it a bit more violently than I would, they would pop out, but yeah, you can see that the boxes just sort of blow up. Here, let me try to get it again a bit more effective. If I can just get these, give me a second. Okay, and now to see. Like, even if you turn it at full force, it doesn't really do much. But yeah, also, you may have noticed, but, down here in the vehicle, you just have two jumpers for if you want to attach these boxes somewhere a bit more secure. So I am a big fan of that. And then, if you attach the boxes there, then instead, you could use this spot back here, which, as you can see, it's really just a very simple mechanism. You just turn the tile and it moves this little Technic piece side to side, which will knock off whatever's sitting there. You could use this to store any figure, but I'll just use Gray because I don't like him. So we'll just have him sitting in here. Say he just got rescued from, I don't know, probably an Indominus Rex or something. Why not? Let's go some made-up dinosaur like that. And then our good friend Dilophosaurus here decides to come up and start bashing him, and then wham! He just kind of fell over, but yeah, just turn this completely upside down, wham! And then the dinosaur wins. Yeah, I'm not very experienced with this set. I mean, like, overall, you have a lot of nice play features, but they don't go that well together. You have a Gyrosphere, but that's kind of trashy. You have a Flick Fire Missile, but those are kind of pointless. I mean, you could shoot those at the dinosaur, but you're gonna miss. You have a winch, but you don't have anything to connect it to. You have this exploding function, which just doesn't work very well. So yeah, overall, you get a lot of cool stuff with this set, and I think it's best as a display piece, if anything. And I know that normally I would do a separate segment for this ending part, but I'm already into it, and I've already basically told you all my thoughts, so I'll just sort of set this up while I'm talking, because why not? I've already gone on way too long. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not only about this, but also the fact that it's been over a month since my last review. But anyway, yeah, so I feel so this set is not the best as a play set. Like, again, you get a bunch of play features, but you don't get much stuff to do with them. And I think that is a bit of an issue, but I can easily let it pass, because I feel so that as a display set, this set is really good. You get the Gyrosphere, which is a pretty cool thing if you're not playing with it, but if you're just going to set it on a shelf, it's nice. Also, it might knock over your minifigs, and I don't feel like fixing them, so too bad. You get the Dilophosaur, which looks really good as a Lego dinosaur. It's just a really nice design. And then you get the vehicle, which I think also looks very good, especially from the front. It looks just really good. Also from the sides. I don't think it looks that good from the back, but overall, it's a pretty good build. So yeah, overall, for my final verdict, I would rate this set a solid, I'll give it a B-. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Farewell, dear watchers.